What's up? Brian Tong here, and welcome to the Apple Bits for everything good and bad inside the world of Apple. And we start with the latest report that an always-on display could finally be coming to the iPhone 14 Pro models. And if you use an Android phone, you are laughing out loud. But if you're an iPhone user that doesn't know any better, you might be really happy about this. Now, the iPhone 13 Pro family brought the 120Hz ProMotion displays last year using LTPO panel technology that allowed for variable refresh rates. So it displays faster frame rates when it's needed, like when you're scrolling around in iOS or reading a page, and it saves battery life when you aren't doing things that require a higher refresh rate. Now, the 13 Pro and 13 Pro Max have displays that are limited to refresh rates between 10 Hz and 120 Hz, while LTPO displays used in phones from Samsung and others can get down to 1 Hz when you're looking at a still image or when the phone is inactive. Now, display analyst Ross Young says that the iPhone 14 Pro lineup is expected to bring an improved ProMotion display that drops all the way down to a 1 Hz refresh rate. And we don't know what Apple might choose to do with that, but at the very least, it will likely bring some battery life savings to the iPhone 14 Pros and potentially bring an always-on display for the very first time. And I know it's nothing groundbreaking here, but it would be a new thing to the iPhone, and I've always just loved the convenience of glancing at my phone with those big numbers when I've reviewed Android phones. It's just weird how even today I still reach for my phone more than I do to turn my wrist for my Apple Watch. Maybe it's just me. Maybe you do the same. But rumors for an always-on display were pretty hot for the iPhone 13, but it never happened. There are still no credible reports that always-on is actually coming at this time, but it's the improved display tech that could support it for this year's iPhone 14 Pros. And honestly, come on, Apple needs as many features like this for the 14 to be different, other than the reported slightly improved cameras and no more notch. Now, in an official announcement, Apple has confirmed that the keynote for WWDC 22 will take place at 10 a.m. Pacific time on June the 6th, which is the first day of the conference. We also got a new graphic to promote it too, with the classic Apple rainbow colors hitting the faces of 5 different memojis. Not people, but memojis. Now, you know I'll be doing my live stream right here on my channel, and I'll have a fresh haircut too, so you got to come back for that. But it's still a primarily all-digital event that will be live streamed with a select number of developers that will be invited to Apple Park campus for a viewing event. Apple also shared the entire WWDC 22 schedule. After the keynote, they're going to have their platforms State of the Union for developers at 1 p.m. Pacific time, then the Apple Design Awards that can be viewed through the Apple Developer app at 5 p.m. And then you got more activities the following day on the 7th. There's also a new Apple Watch announcement as well. Apple just introduced their new 2022 Pride Edition Apple Watch bands and watch face. The Pride Edition Sport Loop is in white with the word Pride woven directly into the band with its rainbow gradient. Then you have the Pride Edition Nike Sport Loop. It's a more subtle black band with the rainbow pattern woven into it as well, and it features matching rainbow colored Nike Bounce watch face. And you can also get the new general Pride watch face if you're running Apple Series Watch 4 or later. So what you got to do, just open up the Watch app on your phone, tap the face gallery on the bottom of the screen, and the Pride Threads watch face will eventually show up if it hasn't already for you. The new watch bands are going to be $49 each, and the watch face is free, but those watch bands look good. All right, everybody, let's take a moment to thank the sponsor of this video, Avast. Avast is a global leader in cybersecurity for more than 30 years and trusted by over 435 million users. Avast's new all-in-one solution, Avast One, helps you take control of your safety and privacy online through a range of features. You can learn more about Avast One at avast.com, and it includes its award-winning antivirus that stops viruses and malware from harming your devices. Firewall protection keeps personal information secure and prevents attacks that seek to access our computers and steal our data. PC Speedup optimizes the background activity of your apps in order to speed up your PC. And Smart Scan finds and removes viruses and resolves the most common privacy and performance issues through an optimization scan. Now, getting set up was really easy. All I did was download the app and one click for the scan, and Avast One took care of the rest for me. Avast prevents over 1.5 billion attacks every month, and there are so many features in this package that are looking out to protect you that it makes me feel like they've got my back. With Avast One, you can confidently take control of your online world without worrying about viruses, phishing attacks, ransomware, hacking attempts, and other cybercrimes. So learn more about Avast One at avast.com. All right, everybody, back to the stories. And Apple patents can be fun, especially when it points to Apple maybe going back to their titanium metal product roots. Now, a patent last year showed off a potential titanium iPhone, iPad, and MacBook. Well, another one was just granted that describes the process for creating a textured surface on titanium. And one of the illustrations features the Apple Watch, iPhone, iPad, and a MacBook. Now, we currently have a titanium Apple Watch available today. The titanium PowerBook G4 from back in the day, I mean, that is really the product that all this nostalgia is connected to. But the patent talks about how titanium in its raw state has a dull and uninteresting finish. So Apple has explored making it look more attractive with a process for combining blasting, etching, and a chemical process. And yes, we know this is still just a patent, but I'd love to see it make a comeback in Apple products like titanium for the win. What about you? What do you think about this? Are you into this? Do you want to see titanium in products beyond the Apple Watch or not? Like, do you not really care and just want a purple AirPods Max like me? All right, let me know in the comments, and guess what? I read them like I really do, and I promise I will leave you a poop emoji for a reply to prove it or to prove it. Get it? Like prove and poof. Okay. Now, we talked about Apple testing out USB-C on the iPhone on our last video, but what else is one of the products that still has Lightning? The AirPods, but don't expect USB-C to come to them in 2022 either. Now, we're getting closer to the release of the AirPods Pro 2, and Ming-Chi Kuo reports that they will start production in the second half of this year, but they'll still feature a Lightning port with no chance of seeing USB-C in them this year. Now, the case will still also charge wirelessly, and previous reports have claimed that accessories like AirPods will switch over to USB-C when the iPhone does. So if it really does happen with the iPhone 15 lineup in 2023, then look out for AirPods Pro 3 with USB-C. You know, we're expecting a new form factor for the AirPods Pro 2 this fall with maybe either a change with the stems or maybe even no stems at all. Also, new health and fitness capabilities and potentially support for lossless audio. So we'll wait and see. Now, there was also a lot of buzz about a new 27-inch mini LED display in the works from Apple earlier this year. Let's just think of it like a Studio Display Pro. Now, that's not the name yet, but according to display analyst Ross Young, Apple plans to release this higher-end studio display with mini LED backlighting for even deeper blacks this October. It was delayed due to Shanghai lockdown for production and was originally planned for a reported release in June, according to Young. Now, this new display would also bring ProMotion to a large standalone Apple display for the very first time. Now, we still don't know pricing, but the current studio display starts at $15.99. That's before you add on the adjustable stand or the nano texture coating, but it's another fall goodie from Apple that we're expecting to see this year. But what's something that I didn't expect to see? Well, Ming-Chi Kuo recently reports that Apple is also working on an updated version of the HomePod that we could see in the fourth quarter of 2022 or the first quarter of 2023. Now, it has not been confirmed if it will be a new full-size HomePod or a second generation mini. Kuo even says there may not be much innovation in hardware design either, and that instantly tells me this is not a new HomePod. Maybe it's just colors? Like we got blue, yellow, and orange recently, but what about purple, red, or green, or others? I mean, there's been plenty of speculation that Apple has been working on other HomePod designs, even something maybe in between the mini and the discontinued HomePod. That, for the record, still sounds amazing, but we gotta be real here. Like, you can watch my video from, I guess, almost 2 years now about how Apple can fix the HomePod, because all of it still holds true today. And then before we hear anyone say like, oh, the new HomePod will be better, we need to know if Siri will be better. I mean, it all starts there first. And even more compelling, like a better product for me would be an Apple-esque Google Nest Hub or Amazon Echo show, like a device with a screen in the Apple ecosystem with all the bells and whistles. I think that's more intriguing, or just a more capable Apple TV as well. We also know the Matter platform is expected to launch this fall. That's going to give thousands of smart home products the ability to work with Apple's ecosystem. So the timing could be right, but I'm gonna laugh it out if it just ends up being colors, like new HomePod mini colors. I mean, colors ain't bad, but really it better be more than just colors. All right, everybody, that's gonna do it for this video. If you like what you see, give me that thumbs up, subs up, and hit that notification bell, ding, to get all my latest videos when they drop. And if you want more of that Apple goodness, you can check out my weekly Apple Bits XL audio podcast to get the latest deep dive with all these stories and new ones every week with special guests. Thanks again for watching. Take care, be safe, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace and love.